Hey, Space Spiffman says, for a new drafter, do you recommend drafting against bots? And, the answer is actually for new drafters, yeah, I really do. In fact, that was part of the point of bots. I was the original designer of bot drafting while I worked on the Arena team before I left Wizards and became a streamer. And the whole point of Bot Draft was to provide a place for newer limited players or newer players in general to try out drafting without the pressure of a pick clock. It is intimidating, it is intimidating simply to open a booster pack of Magic cards and look at 15 cards. Forget the context of a draft. It's just intimidating to actually try and read 15 Magic cards. So new players, in fact, it's a real metric. There's all sorts of metrics that R&D uses around the booster pack itself. And cards in the set. For example, the amount of the average amount of text on commons is rules text on commons is a thing that is counted. And if that gets too high, that's a big alarm bell, because you don't want a new player to fan out a booster pack of Magic cards and see 7 really complicated commons that kind of overwhelm them. You can lose players. Before they've become true Magic players, because they bounce off the complexity before they have a chance to take their roots with the game. And no clock drafting is really an extension of that. If it's hard enough for a new player to look at a pack and just process the cards in it as a new Magic player, now imagine you have to do it in a minute, and you have to pick the one that's going to be the best for your chances in winning a draft. That is super intimidating for a new player, to the point that new players might even not try the experience. So you make a no clock draft experience so that a player like Space Spiffman can say, okay, I know I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, but I know that I can take as long as I need with each pick. And that was really important to us. And in fact, I'm just gonna, I was talking about wanting to do a quick draft, and I'm just going to call this my intro to the quick draft. Hi, YouTube friends, and we'll keep it rolling here, because I do think new players should be playing in this format. The drawback is that if you're trying to get from good to great, or medium to good, or great to pro, any of these big leaps. Thank you so much for that sub. Happy problems. But any of these big leaps that you're trying to make as a player, you really need to be drafting against humans at that point to really level up to the best of your ability. But if you're a new player, you're going to actually get a ton of level ups from this anyway. The drawback is that the bots are a bit exploitable. I do not know if they have updated these bots. The bots have been offline for a couple weeks, and it's possible they changed them, but we're going to poke the system and figure it out here. When we last left the Zendikar Rising bots, my heuristic was to try to be in black, because I felt that the bots underrated both certain key common white clerics. So the black-white cleric decks is pretty strong. And they also underrate a lot of the parts for rogues. So I like starting black and then banking into rogues or clerics depending on what the bots are giving me. And I'm also going to keep an eye on that here, and we're going to see if anything has changed, because the bots have been offline for a couple weeks. It's possible they rebalance them, and we'll see. But we don't know yet. I'm going to pay for it with gold here, and I'm going to remind you clunkily that my sponsor is cardkingdom.com. Anything you need from Card Kingdom, you're going to find at their cardkingdom.com location on the interwebs. Get there via my affiliate link, and then they know you got there from here. That helps keep me on the air. That's really nice if that happens. So please keep that in mind. Cardkingdom.com. I'll get out of your way now, too. So I was talking about liking to lean black. I think Into the Royal and Bubble Snare might be the best cards in this pack. I'm not really interested in this Implacable Earth. It's a gold card that is basically kind of a 4/4. It does some other stuff, but I mean, it draws you 2 cards. I shouldn't say it's basically like it does have card advantage, but it gets you lands. I don't know. I'm not willing to start on a green, white, gold rare when my whole philosophy about this particular style of Zendikar drafting is that I should be leaning black to start. So then the question is Thwart the Grave, Spland, or say, hey, we also like being blue, so you can go ahead and take the Into the Royal. But since I think we take Thwart. Thwart's a fine place to start. Powerful card in the color I was saying I want to try and force, lean. It's not quite a force, but it's close. I think the bots, you don't force, but you come close. Royal Eruption, or we could just Deadly Alliance. Deadly Alliance would help cut the black and would really be following through on that force idea. We could also take the Royal Eruption, though, over Rebuke and Fury. This Into the Royal is tempting as well. What do you think, chat? Are we alliancing Royal or one of the Royaling? Oh, the other thing that's nice about bot drafts, I can pull it. Watch. I'll do a quick poll. I'm not going to make them too long here, but we'll take a 20-second poll for, let's say, Alliance or Royal. And I know that there's Into the Royal and Royal Eruption, but regardless of whether you want Into or Eruption, choose Royal and we can talk about it. Yes, you can affect the bots by passing cards. In fact, I often say that in bot draft, your signals downstream matter more than just about any other draft formats. Nobody wants to move off the black. Okay. Feed the Swarm keeps us on mono black. Blue Wizard is fine for pivoting towards the black blue, but feeds keeps us right on plan. Ruin Crab says rogues maybe where we can go. We can take Pack Beast and stay pretty open. Pack Beast lets us potentially end up in the Cleric deck as well, but Ruin Crab is kind of what we're trying to do in terms of where one of the places we're trying to land. So we'll take it. Geyser Mage, not great. Not really what the rogue deck that I envision being great could do. We could take the Grotag Night Runner, but with all the red removal we passed, I really think the bots are going to get into red. That's one thing to consider. If you, against bots, see an early pack, like pack one, or pack one, pick one, or pack one, pick two, you see some, oh my gosh, there's 3 great red removal spells here. Well, the bots downstream are going to go red card, red card, red card, right down the row and take those, making them much more likely to end up red. So, yeah, black dried up, and that's a concern. But I'm going to continue to send the reds. I'm going to let the red signal flow. And then we get a Mind Carver that I am going to take here because if we are blue-black, I do want to be rogues. We could take the Celebrant, though. Celebrant is the card that I was talking about that can pull you into Clerics, and is why I like to start black, because you can bank towards the Celebrant or bank towards the rogues. And maybe Carver is actually unimportant enough in the rogue deck even that Celebrant is correct. Carver is good in aggro tempo rogue, but rogue decks aren't always aggro tempo. So I'm going to take the Celebrant and keep both options for a black deck open here. This is a rogue deck plan. This Sproutling and Gnarlid Colony are a little sad to still see here. I do like the Veil enough, but I think Stalker is more exciting to me. Math likes the Veil. I play this as a land. I thought it was going to be like 95% of the time. It's more like 90% land. And the higher percent that it's land, the less excited I am about the card. But It is true that it's weak in rogues. It's looking for other stuff. Yeah, I guess that's a reason to take Veil. That this isn't even that great in the rogues deck. You could make a case for one of the green cards too, but I'm going to stick with my guns on believing that the bots will deliver a good blue-black deck, but we'll see. This is nice. This coming around. Celebrant here, though, says we could also take the Celebrant and continue to look at Clerics as a possibility. Blood Beckoning, though, goes in any of these. What do you think? I guess Blood Beckoning because it's the color we're pretty sure of. Although with a second Beckoning, and now I wish I had that Priest. And I'm taking it over any of the blue-white stuff there, though. Here's a Stalker we can get behind. There's also a Tactics, but Stalker here. Or Fury. This is a weirdly late Fury, too. This is fine. We could end up red-black party. What do you think? Yeah, Tactics is a thing. I think I would rather have the Stalker than the Tactics. We just could have more blue cards. All right. We're kind of, yeah, we're off red question mark, but we'll take that. That's bad. Yeah, that had the Royal Eruption here. I think this card is a bad design, by the way. I was hoping this card would come up again, because I got kind of mad at it when I thought about it one night. Because I ended up playing this, I think over some weekend I had it in a draft deck. And the fact that it encourages you to play your land on the second main, I think is terrible design. There's a lot of ways whoever designed this could have twisted it so that it either it should not punish you for playing this on your first main. Like, let me soapbox for just a second here, because landfall in this set, landfall in red-green, is all about making your stuff big, which is all about playing your lands on first main. The whole set screams at you to play your lands first main when you're playing landfall. And then you get this mythic landfall creature that's like, no, this one, you play it in your second main. And so not only is it unintuitive, but when you figure it out, you got to be like, oh, well, so my 4 creatures that I have that get bigger off of landfall don't even get that. I mean, they get it for the second attack, but anyway, I just think a landfall design that tells you to play the land at a completely different time that every other landfall card in the set tells you to play it is bad design. Bad design. Boo. I mean, you can adjust the power level. If making it align with the play patterns of the rest of landfall makes it too powerful, then adjust its power level with some other knobs. But don't create a mythic landfall creature whose play patterns defy every other landfall creature you have in your set. Yes, you can make an argument that that's game choice. Isn't game choice good, Ryan? Isn't the tension of first main or second main good? It can be, but as you've seen by a lot of the upside design that Magic does now, the all upside is really powerful. And if the choice you're making your opponents make, or your players make, is more along the Sophie's Choice line than the choice of, do you want chocolate ice cream or mint chocolate chip ice cream? Their choices feel differently. And you don't want to make choices are good, but choices that feel bad aren't good in too much. To have too much of that. So now back to draft view. Soapbox over. Thank you for listening. What are we taking? Bubble Snare. Wheel the Duelist. Nothing good in clerics here. We take a Royal Eruption and hedge red, knowing that we have some good red or good black that would go towards a party deck. Yeah, I expect the Duelist to come around. We're certainly not taking the Duelist. We could take the Disruption. I think probably just Bubble Snare, though. Let's take Removal in blue. Here's another Carver. Here's a Cleric of Life's Bond and a Stinger. So now we're at hedge white for this, or just move in on Rogues, take the Stinger, and try to wheel the Carver. This is the best card in the pack quite easily, but it's not necessarily the best pick for us. Looks like, yeah, I think we are more likely to be Rogues. I'll be a grown-up and take the Stinger. Be prepared now for an endless stream of awesome Cleric support. We'll take it into the Royal here, though. That's awesome us support. Rebirth. Splans are nice. We can take a Stalker, though, or just a Pack Beast. I think we want a Pack Beast here. Or maybe, no, actually maybe just a Stalker. Pack Beast is good when you're going for, like, party stuff. Yeah, Stalker could wheel. We could take the Rebirth and try to wheel one of these. Yeah, with Thwart, the Pack Beast gets a little better. All right, I'll take Pack Beast. Another Blood Beckoning. We got two of them. I really don't think we want another one. We have a healer that could have been good there. We just want this rogue, though. This rogue over a third Blood Beckoning is fine. You want a third Beckoning? I can't get behind a third Beckoning. I think that's too many. Take another Geyser Mage, though. Yeah, Sneak might wheel. True. Not even uncommon to take Revolt Progress. Another Stinger, though. That's cool. Our Duelist indeed wheeled. Could use some more payoffs here. Maybe we'll wheel that equipment. Yeah, I'll take this equipment now. I'll take a blue Cleric over a black Warrior, I think. We have a black Warrior. I could have taken that artifact. I've just never played it, and I hope not to. Hey, not bad. Just Vault Progress for last card, I mean. Valakut Awakening, not for us. Not much here for us, actually. This is real bad. Real bad. Look at this. You get this middle row, your choice. Yuck. It's all gross. Oh, Vanquish, sorry. I missed Vanquish. This was all terrible, then I saw Vanquish. Yay, saved. That's a decent rogue to pick up here. Royal Eruption's going around like nothing, but we're going to take the Expert. I'm sure we'll draft some Kaladesh Remastered. We'll see how fun it is. That's going to be a big factor. We'll take a Relic Golem. I might wheel. I mean, one of the things you can do here is take the Wizard and try to wheel the Golem. It's part of why you try to get into these decks that the AI doesn't want. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to take the Wizard and try to wheel the Golem and prove. We could also take Blood Priest. This is an interesting option for this deck. Solaris, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Raiders, we are in a bot draft. We're doing something we do occasionally around here, which is check in on the bots, see how they are behaving, see if they've changed at all. They haven't been, Quick Draft has been on a different format for a little bit. When I last left Quick Draft, we felt that, or I felt, that starting black and trying to find your way into rogues or clerics was the thing to do. And now we got a tough choice in this pack. Wind Robber is likely to wheel. We're going to pass that. I think the question is whether we take Stinger or Pack Beast. It would be our third Stinger, which is nice, but a second Pack Beast, not bad either. Sliding this in at 2. It's a rogue for everything that's for all the rogue synergies, but it's also whatever it needs to be to make Deadly Alliance and Thwart the Grave better. So I kind of like the Pack Beast number 2 here over Stinger number 3. What do y'all think? Yeah, thanks. We did a Premier Draft earlier, and we started 0-2 and then went 7-2. So we did the 0-2-7-0 flip. Spider thinks the Golem won't wheel. Well, we'll find out. I'm going to take Pack Beast, though. That's what I'm leaning. Another Pack Beast. I think I do like another Pack Beast over a Geyser Mage. Or we could take a Royal Mage, though, potentially, just to get some of our action back. Yeah, let's get the action back, right? That seems good. Well, this pays us for being party-ish, which we are with these Pack Beasts, but I don't think it's that good. Trouble is there's nothing else for us. We're not a Risen Riptide deck. We're not going to get out of these colors, so I'll take the Colossus in case. We're never running this Constrictor. We'll put it in the sideboard for now and see if we feel like we want to run it when all is said and done. Glacial Grasp here, though, is going to be fine. Not exciting, but it helps with the tempo. And it does mill 2 cards, so it does help with rewards as well, although we don't really have that many. Like, we have the Carver. I don't know if we wheel our uncommon, that'll be great. We'll see. Let's take this, though. Dreadworm that we're going to try and not play. This is pack 3, pick 1. Shell Shield might make the cut. Squid is okay. Was this the wheel? Is this the missed golem wheel? Oh well, no golem for us. Squid might work though. Trap's doesn't have enough yeah, I guess we do have a lot of kicker. Maybe I have more kicker than I was thinking. I don't know if we're playing anti-cog though. Well, this wheeled at least. I'll take it. Throwing our splans over here to see how that's playing out. Couple of those. And then we'd have 5 cuts to make from this. I think we want the Mine Carver. Put it on Stalker or Flyer. Don't have a lot of flyers though. We got this, I suppose, kind of quasi-flyer. Yeah, I don't know if we want the anti-cog. Technically, it's a payoff for our oppo milling. Let's check our numbers. 17, 12. So we can shave from both lands and spells. I think we can get this vampire out. It's not really doing much. Royal Mage is. Cleric can go too, I think. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get cheaper alliances and thwarts, but it's not that important. You like Grasp over the anti-cog, over... Yeah, it probably might even be both. We got to make some cuts here. Carver, I want to keep, maybe I'm just being stubborn because it's kind of what the deck is doing, but like 3 power on evasive stuff really matters. But it still might be the cut here. I mean, are you cutting? You can't, it's hard to justify cutting any of this stuff. So either it's a Blood Beckoning, a Mind Carver, or our worst remaining creature. I mean, maybe it's even Ruin Crab. I don't know if Crab is doing enough. It does threaten to win the game if we have it in our opener, but I don't love it. 1 Beckoning? All right, 1 Beckoning is fair. 2 Beckonings early is a real problem. All right, let's try this. And call this bot draft or rogue bot test. You want to cut a Geyser Mage for an anti-cog? Interesting. I'm going to keep, I think when you hit 6, these are good enough. I don't know. But we'll see. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, no signpost. Too bad. Also too bad that we don't have any 2-drop in hand, but I'm going to keep this. The Stinger on 3 is good enough, I think. It's only a hard counter for creatures, though, GUI. If it was a hard counter for everything, I would like it more. And I still think it's playable. I just say, but it's a hard counter for only creatures. Oh, that's another great point. A reason to cut the Blood Beckoning is that we already had Thwart. Well, not a ton of value from our expert here, but I'm still gonna run it out. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Mind Drain. What are we going to do with this? Probably what, Thwart or Blood. Let's ditch the Blood Beckoning and Geyser Mage. Although Geyser Mage likes to be returned with Blood Beckoning. Trouble is sneak. If we find land, like we just want to get him dead. I'm not going to get rid of the sneak. I'm going to go Blood Beckoning and Geyser Mage. Yeah, that's my plan. Vanquished. Land, land, land. All right. Oppo is all about attrition, it seems. They've shown us everything we've seen is like removal or general card advantage. Thwart is a sorcery. We do have 2 creatures to get back. We just get a couple of stingers. That's not the worst. I'm going to do that. Duelist is a flash. Rogue is nice because we can send the entire team, and then it may look like we're not getting death touch on our stingers, but then we have surprise death touch. Pack Beast doesn't actually do anything here pre-combat or anything, so we'll send, right? All right, technically that's lethal. Somehow I don't think we win the game next turn, but we're presenting lethal, as they say. Those of you sticking around from the raid, thank you so much. Feel free to give me a follow here, and maybe you'll catch me on the air some other time and you can join us again. Thank you so much. There's a follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. How about... I think we just race here. That's fine. We'll send in for 4. And there's a expensive, like, there's the 8 mana Spland Sweeper in white. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Swamp. If they have more discard, we can play the Duelist and they don't get anything. Just so. $24. No, that's pretty painful for him. We get to vanquish and win. Ish. We don't win this turn, but... Oh, we do. Yeah, we win this turn. Huzzah! I'm going to play at least, say, 3 games of this. I might sign off after that. If someone wants to look ahead to raid captaining, you can figure out who we might be raiding coming up. Shadow's Verdict is a small sweeper, yeah. Yeah, we can keep this. Not going to run that Duelist out for no value, though. In fact, I'm going to play a Swamp to disguise it. I could disguise it again. Yeah, I will. There's a lot more things it could be once there's a swamp and an island, but, you know, this keeps it completely hidden. Why not? Shadow Stinger with Duelist in hand is nice, again, because it allows for a surprise death touching of the Shadow Stinger, so... We get to put Oppo to the test, and basically, unless they come up with 4 power here, send in the Stinger and see if they're willing to block. Or we could wait. We could also hold, given the brute, and try and do it on defense. Although with the vanquish, we can just kill the brute anyway. Let's attack and see what they want to do. We got all sorts of plays if they want to block something here. If not, well, I'll take the 1. And it's a thing they generally want to block. The nice thing about the design of the Stinger is it really does encourage these types of plays from Oppo. Because they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. So great, we get some cards in the yard instead. We'll take it. Let's see, we could also bubble snare, kick the bubble snare, but I think we should just vanquish. I'll vanquish the brute. It'll reveal that we have a duelist. Again, I almost want to hide it, but I'll do this. And just try to click through. I'm not gonna even play the duelist here. I want to save the duelist for a combat trick. I think we can use it effectively as a combat trick, so that's kind of what I'm doing, especially with the Stinger. And maybe I'm gonna wait on everything now and just sit back. The reason why is I think Oppo, they're showing green-black, which is +1/+1 counters, and the Shadow Cat expresses that as well. If they come up with a way to put a counter on the Shadow Cat, or have some sort of way that they feel they're going to cleverly get their Shadow Cat through my Stinger, we've got a nasty surprise for them. So really hoping that Oppo has something to encourage the Shadow Cat attack. Looks like they do. And I mean, there are ways this could go badly for us, but we have Deadly Alliance and Duelist both ready, so I don't think it will. I think this is going to be a blowout in our favor. Oh my god. A little bit of 1, just a little bit of 1. Sorry, Oppo, not sorry. Hey, you drew a card, though. Could be worse. Play something and we can alliance it. Or maybe we don't even bother. We can might draw a basic land and we can Geyser Mage it. Yeah, I don't even care. Like, I could kill it, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna untap. Alliance better there to prevent the card draw. I mean, how does that stop it? Like Alliance in response, you mean? Maybe. I feel like I wanted to use the duelist situation requires such setup to actually be removal. I felt like I wanted to fire off the duelist plan while I had a good clean time to do it. We can send in here though. Actually, I'll play Stinger and then send in. And this kitty might get bigger, but we have the Geyser Mage to reset it. I mean, we got 3 removal spells. Our biggest fear is actually another one of them discard spells. Discard would be good against us right now, so we hope Oppo doesn't have that. Yeah, mill plan is starting to come together with 2 stingers going. Milling 6 a turn, no joke. What's up, Krishna? How you doing? Basic land for the kicked geyser mage, and we're looking golden. Blood beckoning. Got nothing dead yet, right? Nothing dead yet, so that's not useful to us quite yet. I like snare, scythe cat, kick snare, scythe kitty, and send in the stingers. I don't want to offer them a double block kill on one of these. I mean, we could get it back with a blood beckoning, but I'd rather just keep working with what we got here. Yeah, fight spells are a decent reason to kill that, but I'll take it. This is fine. Decent stuff on that mill. 11 cards left. With Deadly Alliance and Geyser Mage, we should be able to clear the path for these stingers fairly well. I think we're going to get them on the mill here. We're still kind of leveraging the advantage we got in the kitty cat. Name trivia from Krishna, thank you. It might be the dreaded Hercule. Have I told you about Hercules? That's pretty good. I think we're still going to get there. Oh, yeah. Hercules is Rocket's nemesis for sure. Well, there's the human nemesis that is our mail carrier, who actually trolls Rocket heavily. Like, he comes to the door and knocks on our window and just drives Rocket crazy on purpose. That's kind of funny. But no, Rocket's nemesis is actually Jerry Holkins's cat. Jerry Holkins has a kitty cat named Hercule, aka Herc. And Herc is the biggest troll you have ever met. Herc is a big orange tabby, and Herc comes around, just lies down on our grass right in front of the picture window, just hangs out all day long, right where Rocket can see him. And Rocket just goes so crazy, and I know that Hercule knows it. Herc is... Well, let's see. Don't want a Geyser Mage back a Disciple, so I'm actually just going to Alliance the Disciple to get in here. And then we have Geyser Mage to close it out. We don't even need to Alliance it. I think we just hit once, and that's fine. They either chump or take 6 mil. I'll take either one. I was thinking, G-Guards, that I really wanted them to connect, that I didn't even want them to chump. But as it is, we can let him chump. That's fine. Yes, and now that they've not blocked, I do think we Geyser Mage the Snarecaster. We just want blockers off the board, right? They are at 5. Well, my thing was, it didn't matter if we used the Alliance, then we just use the Geyser Mage on Ashaya, and that's good enough too. Because we're really going to win next turn. They come up with a second creature play here, or a 2-spell turn that takes out one of our stingers or blocks it. Okay, they got a land for the other Snarecaster, so they're not completely dead, but they're awfully close. Geyser Mage is like a free attack. If they let the Geyser Mage... if they let any of the stingers through, we just win. This just might get the scoop, though. I'll play another rogue, and then we can... we can actually kill the Snarecaster. So it becomes a double chump. Ah, good play, good play. They had to do that. I think we want the bigger butt out of the way. So we'll take the Snarecaster out. Oh, not you. We want to activate this ability. Now they're at 0 cards, so... unless there's something I'm missing that shuffles libraries into graveyards, maybe some green rare I'm not thinking of or something, I think we got it. All right, a fine 2-0 start. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to put this event on pause and call it a stream. Flash Rogue, yeah. Well, after starting 0-2, we can't lose. We got 9 games in a row now. Look, let's end the stream on a 10-0 run. Seems fine. All right, not an amazing start, but the feed is good enough. And we get unkicked Geyser Mage on 3, so we got stuff to do at least. Unlikely that we're going to feed on 2, though, honestly. So probably our first play of the game is turn 3 Geyser Mage unless we draw something else. Could go Duelist, put Minecarver on it, but that does not seem worth it. Uh-oh! Feed the Swarm does not get that. We know how bad that can be for us. We'll see. See how this goes, but I'm not liking our chances immediately on seeing that thing. I think I finally consistently remember that Feed the Swarm gets enchantments now, but now I'm just sad that it doesn't get artifacts too. Yeah, because it's not good enough, right? It's so weird to have a mono black card that straight up destroys artifacts. Yeah, there's a life cost, but it's quite a statement from R&D that this is okay. Well, the Veil is interesting. There's a lot of things that make this attack here fine. We're just going to send in. Not going to play the Carver yet. Not surprised they are holding off on that. I assume they're just waiting to get the amulet up to the place where it can kill the Geyser Mage for them. We could feed the Swarm there. I'm going to go with another Geyser Mage with the Duelist ready, and then maybe we can get some action there. At 4 mana, there are some plays that give him activated amulet on 2 this turn, but they have to have some very specific cards. There's a lot of them though. A 2-drop wizard or spell. There you go. They got it. They got it. It's gonna be hard to beat this. I mean, we're a low toughness deck against an amulet and with no means to kill it. So yeah, like maybe it's fine, but I just think that this deck is going to have a real tough time beating amulet. And I don't like Duelist here since it doesn't produce any kind of combat win. Yeah, this is just rough. But we could Pack Beast and feed. We're no cards in their yard. I think it's Pack Beast. Question is, yeah, we could cast this as land. We'll play this as land, but we can leave up Duelist and Veil. All right. Yeah, we need some 1/4s. That's kind of our out though, right, G-Guards? If we can find our 1/4 uncommons, we have a shot here. I'm keeping everything back because I want to give us a chance to make hay with Duelist or Veil. And if they come up with a single spell, 2 mana, kill Pack Beast play, I want to have Veil or Duelist plus Geyser Mage on the block. Can I give the amulet -X? Hardly knew ya, beast. Hardly knew ya. We have the extra land. They may have a Duelist of their own. We'll see. Got to keep that in mind. Could be Duelist or +0/+3. Looks like with this attack, though, it's not the Duelist because it would have been an eat if we blocked. So it looks like we do get to at least have a snack here. Oh, they are pausing, though. Well... I think the best they can do is make it a 2/4, which is still okay here. Or if they have a Duelist of their own, it's still okay. Chilling Trap, sure. Could be Chilling Trap. What do you think it is that they didn't use? Must be Shell Shield. Shell Shield feels like the one they wouldn't use there, right? We go Stalker, throw the Carver on it. Hope that gets there. Can start with an attack with the Geyser Mage, though. I'll use Veil if they want. Yeah, Shell Shield would be a potential win here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that since we worked out exactly what it is. But I can still use Veil to counter their shield if I want. I'm going to go for a trade here and see if they want to do the Shell Shield. And then we can decide if we want to Veil or what we want to trade for. I'm fine with this trade to start with, though. Oh, it was a duelist. Interesting. All right, I'll Veil. Shrink everything. And then Swarm the Electromancer. Maybe we're supposed to save this. I could just throw... Yeah, but I want to do this on this next turn. I'm going to use it. Am I just being... Am I being too loose? Trouble is, we do take a crack back with the Electromancer. I'm going to kill it. I'm killing it. I feel like maybe that was too soon for that, but I'm trying to be efficient with my mana, too, because we have Stalker Carver next turn. I don't know. If anybody out there would hold Feed the Swarm, you might be right. I'm not sure if that was the right place to use that. You think it was a waste of a Veil? I don't know. We saved our Geyser Mage. We were going to lose our Geyser Mage if we didn't. Well, only fair we're getting amuleted since we really did that to a lot of people ourselves last game. Last draft. Well, this is going to be it, right? Like, if we have a chance, it's because we somehow get them to... We get 2 more cards in their yard. This becomes a 6-power, 7-power unblockable. Like, 7-power of unblockable could do it, depending on what the rest of their hand is. Funny. As it is, we got to get a Wizard of our own down, I think. We could also get this in for 4, but that's a race that's not very useful. We just play this and pass. Yep, we get to pump twice now. With 1 more mana, that is. Well, I'm just more nervous about the straight up... Yeah, they just find another wizard or 2-mana spell here, and we just... I mean, we can't... If the amulet takes out the Stalker, we are dead. But if we can manage to untap and find something to mill our opponent for a couple cards, we could get out of range. But nope, they're not going to give us that chance, and smartly so. Smartly so, honestly. That was our chance to win, and now it's gone. Hard to complain getting destroyed by the card you destroyed a bunch of people with on the day, though. Alliance, not really what we needed to see, although we do get ever so close to Carver mana, you know, Carver being better. But for now, kill this and hope. Gotta say no attacks and just hope that the wizard holds off the royal mage and the duelist. But we only have a chance if the amulet doesn't get any more counters on it. That doesn't feel likely. I mean, I guess if Oppo's on 3 lands, we have a chance, but it kind of takes that. I think if Oppo has any action whatsoever, we're going to be hard pressed to win. It would have to be a pretty weak spell to not kind of close this one out. But that's a good start. An attack from only the Electromancer says that they don't have something to put a counter on the amulet, or else it would be pretty easy to attack with the Royal Mage as well. Got to take the chance and say no blocks and hope we somehow draw a miracle. Not sure what miracles even lurk in our deck that can get us out of this, but certainly we can't give up our creature there and expect to have a chance, so. Okay, Royal Mage is really, well, close but not quite. We do get to play it for no value to add to our defense, which I think we need to do, or we're looking at being too easily dead here. Ugh. Feels sad, though, like, doing this without kicker. Doing this without kicker is, well, which wizard? I think I'm going to split, well, put it here. Block something. Well, now I don't know exactly what's going on because Oppo played the Valakut Exploration and didn't play land, right? So seems like those are 3 spells in hand, which feels like it means we should just be straight up dead. But I'm kind of waiting to die here. I don't really have even a concept of how things play out here where we end up the winner. Starts here, though. Three color missing the splash land has been guessed. I don't know. It looks like they're just trying to be greedy with their kicker spells. Well, I could put this on the squid, and then they don't get in. They have to find one more counter to kill any of these. So I guess we do that. I'm sitting here just kind of playing cards and trying to stay alive, but I have no concept of how this ultimately leads to a win. I guess it involves. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how we can possibly win. There's a world in which I should just scoop, but generally when I don't, it's not that I haven't established that there's not an out. I just haven't been able to figure out one. All right, now we can scoop safely. Good job, Oppo. Amulet's a good card. Yeah, Disconnect was our last out, I think. I'll play one more. Let's see if we can end on a win. Rough times against that amulet. Not great, but we do have Stinger on 3, which is one of our critical cards, and Deadly Alliance with any land after that. If we keep our Stinger, I'm going to keep this. Thanks for asking, Krishna. She is not better in the sense of being healed up and returned to normal, but she's certainly better than she was a week ago. Still a weird, rough time for us, though. For those of you who don't know, my wife went into the ER with a appendix rupture last weekend, and this is the part that people just cannot believe. She still has her appendix in her. There's a new treatment, apparently, where in my wife's case, she had some infection going on. So it's a ruptured appendix, but there was some infection. And at her age, the surgeon feels that it's better to use this new technique where you actually let you fight the infection while your patient still has a ruptured appendix in them, and you use antibiotics to fight off the infection first, and then when the infection subsides, you bring the patient back in for the actual surgery to remove the ruptured appendix. But it sounds really crazy, and people are like, well, is she in pain? And like, actually, the thing that hurt the most was her arm where all of the gear got plugged in and stuff. So as crazy as it sounds, my wife is going to be walking around with a known ruptured appendix for about 8 weeks. 8 weeks of just kind of storing a ruptured appendix on the inside and being like, we'll get to you later, buddy. It's really weird, but that is what is happening. We do not have, like, if they've got if they've got a minus X minus 0 effect for the squid, we're going to lose it, but we do have a blood beckoning, and so I'm going to go ahead and attack. Thank you, Krishna. Depends on what you mean by infinite, Boris. I am definitely infinite on the system in terms of, yeah, Duelist was what I was worried about, but it was the blood beckoning that said it was okay. I am not infinite in the sense of I do not expect to win more gems than I buy in with in any given event. But I am infinite in the sense that if I do my grinding, I do all my stuff, I maintain my account, if I do all those things, I end up with more gold and gems than I spend, yes. I've been treading water, but only because we've been doing a lot of blingy stuff. Buying bling, I've been playing in the, what do you call them, those events, the weekend events that are like 500 gems and only reward bling, like I've been playing in those, so... A lot of reasons that hasn't been going. Oppo is stuck on lands. Festivals, thank you. We can go ahead and, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and sneak and pass. Well... I'll tell you, if you find the festivals to be a grind, then I would say don't play in them. I mean, I play in the festivals because I find them fun. All right, Oppo has found their third land, unlocked their problematic situation a bit. Mind Drain, pretty easy land, actually. No, I don't think you can default art, but you can default your basics, but not default something like use one each of these 12. I don't think they have that going on or anything. All right. So we have our own sneaky pants now, and I like it. It means that 1, 2, I guess if they put everything on one creature, even the Duelist isn't enough, but again, we still have the blood beckoning, so I'm cool with that. I'm going to send in and see what they want to do. All right, that's good. We'll take out Squiddy. Unfortunately, can't cast anything else this turn. Well, we could cast the Blood Beckoning, but obviously we don't want to. We want to get 2 cards with that. We could go like Blood Beckoning, get 2-drop, play 2-drop. I don't think we're that aggressive, though. I think we are try to use all of our goodies. Hopefully they don't mind drain us again. That would be sad, but we have a decent board if they do, if they stay clogged on mana at least. But I really hope we don't get drained here. It would be a way for a deck really struggling on mana to hold off the onslaught here. Okay, Thwart is interesting. With Deadly Alliance, we are going to send in everything and hold back the Duelist to show the same type of block situation, but this time we use Deadly Alliance to blow them out. Sorry, buddy, same thing. Appa doing a fine job, by the way, of hanging in this. Stuck on 2 for a little bit. Now we're even on mana. Now their hand is unlocked. Let's see if they can pull back into this. Cascade Seer. Just okay. We can send in Sneak and Stinger and then happily trade off for the Seer and then use one of our recovery spells to bring him back. And with the Swamp, we can even cast the Thwart if that's what works out. Nothing to do at instant speed here, though, so we will send like so. All right, they're going for it now, and it's going to, quote, work in that sense, but not quite the way they want. We're going to get a Stalker and a Stinger. Another Seer. One to the top. Probably more land. Royal Mage really wants to find a land before we cast it. That means we have an activation of the Stalker and a blood or a kicked Blood Beckoning, depending. If we send everything, I like sending everything except the Duelist and not pumping the Stalker. If they block Seer on Stalker, we pump and then we have Blood Beckoning to get it back anyway. And we leave the Duelist back to threaten the Stinger pump. Or the Stinger Death Touch, not pump. And if they double block, again, we're happy with any double blocks because we have the Blood Beckoning anyway. So they are going for that play. That's fine. We're keeping them busy with keeping their mana busy. Now our Sneak is extra sneaky. We got a Kick Beckoning. That's good stuff. We got a Royal Mage. That's good stuff. Again, our worst nightmare is discard 2. Not discard 2, but it is discard 1. They get to choose. Kind of doesn't matter. One gets the other. So whatever they make us pitch, we can use it to get the other one back if we get a basic. I would pitch the Blood Beckoning, though, because Blood Beckoning we can kick even if we don't find a land. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Ah, where's our land? Let's see. If we send in Sneak, they've pretty much got to block it. We could send in Sneak and Stinger, and then they have tough decisions. Let's start there. Might play the Geyser Mage unkicked, depending. Let's see here. And so what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Geyser Mage, no kick. Trouble is it trades pretty easily with the Royal Mage. I mean, it becomes a forced block on the Royal Mage. They play another creature and it becomes block expert, something else, Sneak. Duelist can get through for one. I'm gonna put pressure on, also because I don't want to get blown out by discard. What do you mean I forgot don't believe the hype? Okay, good. We've got our land to kick the Royal Mage. That means I think we send in everything, and they may have something, but we can kick Royal Mage to get the any of the spells back that then get us more creatures back, etc., etc. So I'm sending in all. Ah, Grasp is what they have. So now, no need to send the Duelist, but we could force that Royal Mage to trade here. Let's do that. We want that trade eventually anyway. Might as well get it now. Big game that this is tapped down for a turn. Yeah. Kick them while they're up, kick them while they're down, kick them while they're up, kick them while they're down. Let's see, we need Blood Beckoning though, not Thwart. Beckoning over Thwart because Thwart puts them right onto the battlefield and doesn't let us kick them. And I want to potentially kick our friends here, especially this Royal Mage. Which I'm going to offer right now. We either get 2 damage or the loop going. We could also just play, maybe I'm overthinking it. We could also just play Wizard and wait till next turn to make it fly for 2. Let's do that. I'm getting complicated. We can do the Royal Mage trick later. There's no need to do that. Let's just play our flyer. I was doing that thing where I plan and then I draw a card that changes the plan, but I didn't stop to think about how the card drawn changes my plan. Against black, I'm just always waiting for my cards to get stripped out of my hand. Well, they had one blue, so it could be another duelist. Could be, if it's a duelist, they could shrink our flyer. We'll see. They could have a chill. Didn't we see a chill? Wouldn't surprise me to see a chill from the wizardish deck here. Wizardish. Looks like maybe it's more rogue than wizards, though. Seems like maybe something in the hand to stop this, but we want... If we Blood Beckoning, what are we getting back? We can get Geyser Mage back. We can get... The trouble is we want to get stuff back after the Royal Mage is dead, but the trouble is the Royal Mage is part of what we want to get back. I'm actually going to send everything and use Blood Beckoning as my out afterwards here. That's my plan. Although if we do it... Man, if we make this fly right now, how do we lose? Like, I should just get Geyser Mage and even Stinger back, and I think we'll be happy, right? I'm going to do that. I think I'm being a little bit... overthinky. Yeah, we didn't even play this turn, so I'm gonna do that. And that. They know we have it, whatever. Show me. They know our whole hand anyway, so none of this matters in terms of sequencing. And yeah, show me what you got. Show me what you got, buddy. Seems like a fine spot for us. Not going to do it. Bubble Snare to boot, but we're going to do it this way. Kick it! You gotta fight for your right to 3-1. All right, good times, but I need to get off the air and get some stuff done today, so I'm going to call this a stream. We're going to hop to soapbox mode. We're going to say goodbye to our YouTube friends. As always, YouTube, when I do these quick drafts, sometimes I play it out. What might happen is that I will play this off air silently, but record it, and you guys can see my no commentary games. Not sure. This current Ryan doesn't even know how this event is going to end, but it starts here. And if there is a part 2, you'll see it in the YouTube notes. Or maybe it'll just start, or maybe it's a partial draft and that's it. Either way, thank you so much for hanging out. If you are so inclined, please give my video a like before you take off, YouTube friends. It does help manage that algorithm for me, so that'd be nice. And we'll catch you in the next draft. See you, YouTube friends.